Have you ever pondered the roles of philosophers and prophets in society? These two groups have played integral roles in shaping our thoughts and guiding our societies throughout history. Philosophers, with their deep contemplations and logical reasoning, and prophets, with their divine revelations and spiritual leadership, have both sought to unravel truths and provide guidance. They've left indelible marks on our moral codes, political systems, and ways of life. Now let us delve into the similarities and differences between these two influential groups. Both philosophers and prophets share a relentless pursuit of truth. This common quest forms a bridge between the world of contemplative thought and divine revelation. Philosophers, like Socrates, Aristotle, and Confucius, venture into the depths of reason, logic, and contemplation. They dissect life's complexities, seeking to understand the nature of reality, existence, and truth. On the other side of this bridge, prophets like Moses, Isaiah, Abraham, and Muhammad also commit to a quest for truth. Their journey, however, is illuminated by divine revelations. They strive to reveal divine truths, guiding humanity on a path of righteousness, as outlined in sacred texts like the Bible and the Quran. So we see that both philosophers and prophets, despite their different methods, are united in their tireless pursuit of truth. They both seek to understand and reveal truths about existence, albeit through different lenses. Despite their different methods, both seek to understand and reveal truths about existence. Another common ground is their role in providing moral guidance. Philosophers from Socrates to Confucius have long grappled with ethical questions, using reason and understanding of human nature to guide their moral teachings. They delve into matters of right and wrong, good and evil, justice and injustice, shaping their ethical principles through rational discourse and contemplation. On the other hand, prophets, from Moses to Muhammad, offer moral teachings that are deeply rooted in divine communication. They serve as conduits for ethical principles and commandments, revealed through divine revelations. Their teachings, often forming the backbone of religious scriptures, provide a moral framework for believers, guiding their actions and decisions in alignment with divine mandates. While their sources may differ, both philosophers and prophets have contributed significantly to the moral fabric of societies. Through their teachings, they have fostered a sense of ethics and morality, helping to shape our understanding of right and wrong. In essence, both philosophers and prophets serve as moral compasses for humanity. Their influence on societies is yet another shared characteristic. Both philosophers and prophets have left a profound impact on human societies over the ages. The philosophical ideas of thinkers such as John Locke and Rousseau have played pivotal roles in moulding political systems, shaping ethical frameworks, and defining societal norms. These philosophers have given us the concepts of governance and individual rights, influencing the way societies are structured and operate to this day. Similarly, prophets have dramatically shaped societies by establishing religious traditions, legal systems, and moral codes. Take, for instance, the Ten Commandments given to Moses. They form the bedrock of Judeo-Christian ethics, influencing not just personal moral choices, but also the development of legal systems and societal standards. So whether it's through the lens of reason and contemplation or divine revelation and spiritual guidance, both philosophers and prophets have shaped human societies in profound and enduring ways. Undeniably, philosophers and prophets have left indelible marks on human societies. While they share similarities, philosophers and prophets differ significantly in their sources of knowledge. This divergence is rooted in their distinctive approaches to understanding the world. Philosophers, for instance, lean heavily on reason, observation, and intellectual inquiry. They value critical thinking and empirical evidence, using these tools to explore the mysteries of existence and to draw conclusions. On the other hand, prophets claim to receive knowledge through a completely different avenue: divine revelation. They believe that their insights and teachings are directly bestowed upon them by a higher power. This divine guidance is considered transcendent, often described as beyond human comprehension or capabilities. These differing sources of knowledge lead to contrasting teachings and interpretations of truth. Philosophers offer insight based on empirical evidence and reason, while prophets provide wisdom they believe is divinely inspired. This distinction underlies many of the differences in their teachings. The nature of their guidance also differs. The guidance provided by philosophers tends to be speculative, encouraging us to question, to ponder, and to arrive at our own conclusions. It's a form of guidance that's open to interpretation, a canvas where thought paints its own picture, each stroke coloured by personal perspective and understanding. This is the essence of philosophy, a realm where absolute certainty gives way to exploration and discovery. On the other hand, prophetic guidance is often viewed in a different light. It is considered absolute, divinely ordained, a beacon of immutable truth in a sea of uncertainty. Prophets deliver messages believed to be directly from the divine, providing a roadmap for believers in all aspects of life. The teachings of prophets are typically seen as unchanging, a firm foundation upon which faith is built. This difference influences the acceptance and adherence to their teachings. This is the crux of the divergence between the philosopher and the prophet, the speculative versus the absolute. Their roles in society also contrast significantly. Philosophers, with their inquiring minds and intellectual prowess, often serve as thought leaders, challenging the status quo and fostering critical thinking within societies. They use logic and reason to pose thought-provoking questions, encouraging individuals to examine their beliefs and assumptions. Their contributions to the development of thought have shaped societies, influencing everything from political systems to ethical frameworks. On the other hand, prophets are seen as spiritual leaders with a divine connection. Their role extends beyond intellectual stimulation to spiritual and moral leadership. They guide societies based on revelations they claim to receive from a higher power. These revelations, often considered immutable truths, provide moral and ethical guidance that shapes the behavior of individuals and the direction of societies. These roles reflect the unique contributions of philosophers and prophets to society. While philosophers stimulate intellectual growth, prophets provide moral compasses, each playing a distinct yet equally crucial role in societal development. Let's bring these concepts to life with examples from the Bible and the Quran. Consider the figure of Solomon in the Bible, a king renowned for his wisdom. His proverbs and reflections on life, such as the famous "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven," echo the philosophical quest for understanding the human condition and the nature of existence. Solomon's wisdom wasn't just a divine gift, but also a fruit of contemplation and discernment, much like the wisdom of a philosopher. In the Quran, a similar philosophical figure is Luqman. He is not a prophet but a wise man, whose teachings to his son reflect deep philosophical insights. His advice ranges from monotheism and gratitude to humility and patience, encapsulating a philosophical approach to ethical living. On the other hand, we have prophetic figures like Moses from the Bible and Muhammad from the Quran. Moses, a central figure in Judaism, Christianity and Islam, is known for receiving the Ten Commandments from God. His leadership of the Israelites wasn't based on his own wisdom or understanding, but guided by divine revelations. Similarly, Muhammad, considered the final prophet in Islam, received revelations from Allah through the angel Gabriel. The messages he conveyed, compiled in the Quran, are regarded as the immutable word of God, providing guidance to Muslims in all aspects of life. While Solomon and Luqman used their wisdom to understand and interpret life, Moses and Muhammad served as conduits for divine revelations. The former pair embody the philosophical approach of questioning, contemplating and reasoning, while the latter represent the prophetic role of receiving and communicating divine guidance. These examples vividly illustrate the roles and influences of philosophers and prophets. They highlight how both contribute to human understanding and societal guidance, albeit in distinct ways. The philosopher's wisdom often springs from human intellect and experience, while the prophet's guidance is rooted in divine revelation. Yet, despite these differences, both philosophers and prophets have shaped human thought and society in profound ways. In conclusion, philosophers and prophets, while sharing some similarities, have distinct differences. Both groups have been instrumental in their relentless pursuit of truth. Philosophers like Socrates and Aristotle used reason and logic to unravel the mysteries of existence. Prophets, on the other hand, such as Moses and Muhammad, sought divine truth, leading humanity along a path of righteousness. When it comes to moral guidance, philosophers and prophets again share common ground. Philosophers provide moral guidance based on reason and understanding of human nature, while prophets deliver moral teachings as revealed through divine communication. Their teachings have shaped societal norms, ethical frameworks, and even political systems, exerting a profound influence on societies across the globe. However, the source of their knowledge sets them apart. Philosophers derive knowledge from reason, observation, and intellectual inquiry, while prophets claim their guidance is received through divine revelation, often considered transcendent and beyond human comprehension. The nature of their guidance also differs. Philosophical ideas, being speculative, are open to interpretation. Prophetic messages, on the other hand, are viewed as absolute, divinely ordained truths. In their societal roles, philosophers serve as intellectual guides, fostering critical thought, while prophets are seen as spiritual leaders, offering not just intellectual, but also spiritual and moral leadership. Despite their differences, both philosophers and prophets have shaped human thought and society in significant ways, offering unique insights into the nature of existence and morality.